She was on her way home. Um, okay, I just wanted to go ahead and kind of let y'all know what my plans were for the new month because I'm going ahead and going into July. And through talking to people and seeing where everybody's at and just how, their businesses are going, what I really think is that a lot of people are getting overwhelmed with the whole process when really the process is supposed to be simple. And so we've overdone it a little bit as far as there's so much out there, which is great, but sometimes people get too much and they're trying to do too many things. So what I want to do is I want us to go back to basics, like just start over, just like every one of us just started, and we're going to start from scratch from the beginning to where we can see, okay, here needs to be a beginning training. This is what I need to do. What is the most important thing? And a lot of people don't realize what the most important thing is about their business. And I know that when I got on and I started joining, that I started getting into all these groups and all these messages and all these threads, and I was with Lindsay and Roz and Ellen and Julia and Angie, and I was trying to do all this stuff. Well, it became overwhelming. And so if you are still in a lot of these messages or trainings or challenges, you need to decide which one you want to do and cut yourself from some stuff. Like I got off of Ellen's like 6 months ago, and I got off of Angie's a long time ago, and I got off of Roz's like longer than that, because I need, if I'm going to, like, if everybody's doing the summer 60, that's fine, because that's not really an everyday challenge. That's just, are you doing your 60 minutes a day? So if you're doing your summer 60 and you're doing your, the new thing that we're doing with the partner, that's fine, because the summer 60 isn't giving you other challenges too. That's just saying, here's accountable. But if that's becoming too much and you can't check my team page, your team page, Lindsay's team page, and the new 2 team pages, then cut some. Make your life more simple. And I think that a lot of people are trying to do so many different things that they're getting overwhelmed, when really, if you think about it, just take a step back and just do what needs to be done for your business. One, you should not get on Facebook and do your team first. You need to be focusing on you first. So, for instance, you get on, I hope everybody watched that Bridget Ryan video, because that was amazing. I absolutely love it. And you can do the first 30 minutes, just message people and follow up with people and set you a timer and do it. And you be intentional, write it down in your calendar, get organized, and put, I messaged this many people today, this is who I messaged, and then 2 or 3 weeks, follow up with them. I think where the ball is being dropped is, and I'm doing this, like I'll sign people up, and then, we've got to be a little bit more effective on how we get them there. I think we're working harder instead of smarter, and I want us to be working smarter instead of harder. So we've got to get, where they have, Lindsay, I sent those 2 emails where she sends, because I just asked for everything revamped of new stuff, because, I've been doing it for 16 months. Some of the stuff I may be sending maybe not be quite up to date, or it's still overwhelming people. So I'm trying to really be effective on what I send to my new level 1s. And at the same time, if we're not adding level 1s that want to work the business, then it's harder for us to increase in points, because we don't have new people that are signing up new people that are signing up new people. And so if you're not able to add level 1s, you need to up your messaging. And I can say that to you because and you have to be general in how you say it to new people, but really encourage them and teach them how to do that. Also, you need to make sure that you're taking the other 15 minutes and you're developing as a leader and doing that personal development. We need to all be making sure we're doing at least the network marketing book, Millionaire by Halftime, watching, some kind of product training knowledge, or doing something productive to help us grow individually as leaders. And we need to make sure that these people that are new are getting a network marketing book and seeing what network marketing is, because we're all learning. We're all trying to learn what network marketing is. None of us are pros at it, and we're not supposed to be. So we've got to learn that together and duplicate that down. Another thing that that Lindsay and I had talked about, and that we were trying to make sure that everybody was doing, that last 15 minutes when you work the business, just make sure that you're checking your team pages then, that you're scheduling your posts, and that you're sending information to your team. And if you won't know if people are getting overwhelmed if you don't ask them, if you don't communicate with them. So when you sign people up, everybody needs to know that the signing up the person is the easy part. The messaging them and working with them and holding their hand to show them, like Bridget Ryan said, the 2-liner that they can send to people. Okay, well, if, oh, I just signed so-and-so up, but they don't want to work the business, that's fine. But say, hey, do you want to at least get your products covered? And show them how to do that and sign people up through wholesale because that's what they've been doing as well. I mean, guys, she went to Diamond from April to not even now. You know, I mean, she was Diamond in a hurry, and she's above Celeste. She's doing something right. We need to be paying attention to what she's doing. She's passionate. She has belief. She's intentional. She's messaging tons of people a day. And where I have failed, I was able to have my 3 this month, but where I failed in the past is that I am not messaging enough people. I'm pouring so much into my team that I'm forgetting to continue to grow my business. And I don't know if anybody else is there where I'm at, but I've got to realize that my level 1 and how to grow my team out comes first. That is the part that's going to get us to Diamond. And when we're not doing that, we're just going to sit still. So we've got to duplicate that down and let people realize that. I think also that when we're adding them to so many groups, you know, like if my level 6 is being added to my group and then the people 5 over them and then they're being added to Lindsay's, you know, you can see where that starts to become overwhelming and they're trying to keep up with their team page as well. So, you know, we really just need to put them on, you know, the 3 people pages, you know, so it's just some things that maybe we need to manage to where we don't overwhelm people, because I think some people are thinking, I can't keep up with this. You know, I can't do this. This is not doable for me. I have a full-time job. When at the end of the day, you know, you can, and you might have a full-time job, and whatever's important to you is what you're going to do. And if you're not working the business, then you are going to go backwards, but just be intentional when you do it. And you know what? You're going to have to set business hours and office hours. You cannot work this business all day, every day. You're going to get burned out. You're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to begin to resent it. So don't do that to yourself. What I do is, you probably see me posting a lot of stuff and sending messages a lot at a certain time. And I will get up and I'll work my business at a certain time, and then I'll put my phone down. And people will have messaged me all day, and I still have messages I haven't checked. You know what? That's okay, because I needed to do other things with my family. I still have a family. I have, you know, Plexus as my career now, but I need to spend some time with my kids, and so do you. And so you don't have to do Plexus all day, every day. You set yourself some boundaries. You set yourself some business hours. And when that is your business time, you do it. You don't scroll Facebook, all of that. So make sure we're duplicating all of that down, because I think that has to be reminded to us. And it does to me, you know. And I'll try, you know, during the day, if I see somebody's message me, I'll see it real quick and message back. But I try not to do it all day, every day anymore. If at any point you're in too many groups or too many message threads and you're getting overwhelmed and can't keep going, just go to the ones that are most beneficial to you. Just get them out. Just be done. Because you need to do, 1, your income producing activities every day. That's most important. 2, posting on your team pages. And then 3, going and checking my team page or message or whatever. Now, I do have this group, you know, our Golden Above, but if this Golden Above's too much from you, because I send you guys a lot of stuff that I get from the Emerald and Above stuff. And, I mean, I probably shouldn't be sending it as much as I am, but I want to try to keep you guys informed and in the loop. But if my message thread is too much for you, or it's, you know, dinging your phone all the time, turn the notifications off or just get on out of that group. You're not going to hurt my feelings, because this is your business. I'm just trying to help you. But if you're on a different path and you don't need it, that's okay too, because you can still be successful. You don't have to have me. But I am trying to pass down what Julia and Lindsay and all of them do, just because I know they're successful. So if you want to stay, awesome. If not, no big deal. But you know how to work this business. You know how to be successful. You know what to do. It's just, are you doing it, and are we duplicating it? So anyway, she said I'm breaking up. Am I breaking up to all you guys? I hope not. So is there anything else that we kind of need to talk about? Where do I need to go with your group? And I really think we maybe should do some more messaging, like video messages, and posting them to our individual team pages on some different ideas and stuff, at least, once every 2 or 3 days so people can see our face. I think those are kind of effective and can get a lot across so people don't have to read. But I'm really trying to get it organized to where it's not as overwhelming to people and that people want to do it. Because even though it is, summer and we are on summer break, we can't take a break from Plexus completely. And we all know that. It's just motivating, encouraging people to stick with it, because I promise you guys, as long as y'all are doing good and doing your messages, you're just, getting the fields ready for that big crop to come on in, and we're going to harvest it, because you know what happened when we did last time, and it went insane, wonderful, and I can't wait for that to happen again, because when it does, every one of you are going to be a jewel, and I am fired up about that. So just keep going, stick with it, stay positive, stay encouraged, get your head right, and do the work. Don't depend on your team to do it. You go out and you find you some new runners and new level one, and get going. Do what it takes, make it happen. Anybody else got anything that they want to share or say? Who's on the phone? 217-1434. Who got to call in?
I think that's Amanda.
Oh, yay. Hey, Amanda. So anyway.
I was going to say, we're talking about adding level ones too. Y'all don't give up on your people that have white lined, because I had 2 turned back on today that have been quit for a year and that have ignored me and Holly for a year now.
They said they've watched Karen.
And they're
ready.
Yeah. And so don't give up on those people. Keep praying for those people. And that's what I told them. I said, I've prayed for y'all for a year. I knew that you guys would come back around. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I am discouraged too. I have 44 white lines. And, I mean, I could be well over senior gold. But I know that it's going to come. It's just slow. I was also going to say, I'm going to start training once a week or once every couple of weeks, going back and training on our welcome packs, because I mean, we get those in the mail and I don't think people really look at those, and that is an awesome tool, guys. I mean, that's pretty much everything that they need to know right there, right in front of them. They have that. They have a place to put their 100 list. They have example messages. They have how the business plan is. They have everything about the products. So I don't know about y'all. I just, they trained us on that in the gold and senior gold meeting. And I just think that might help us if we kind of, especially with our new ones, kind of go over that. Maybe just not if we do a team-wide training on that, but maybe if we get on a Zoom call and just kind of go over that with the new people, just so they know. Goodness gracious. Just so they know, because I feel like, I mean, I did when I got my welcome pack in the mail, I just kind of set it to the side, and I feel like that's what most people do. They don't have a clue what's in there. They don't know anything about that. So maybe if we can kind of walk them through that, just so they know they have a place to go to look for some answers, to write their stuff down. It's all right there in front of them. And,
I agree. That's what tonight I scheduled supper with a girl that's new and starting. She had her welcome pack and we went through it. I showed her the products. I showed her, where she could find the price list, the 3 different ways. She had her notebook. We took notes. She caught the vision. She is fired up and ready to go. She's already got 2 personal meetings this week with people. And I think that what we're doing is we're signing people up and sending them some emails and being like, we're done. if you can get them on a three-way call, if you can get them in a three-way message, if you can duplicate this stuff down, if you can meet with them and show them, it is so much more effective because you know what? Whatever we've been doing right now, we're at a standstill and we're not growing. We're not going up or down or nothing. We're just kind of sitting here. So we have got to definitely, do something that is productive and to make a difference. We've got to change it up to be more effective because we can't just keep doing what we're doing and not growing. We've got to step out and do something different to increase the growth and the opportunity. Because I think I messaged all of you and you're like, oh my gosh, my numbers are so down from adding this month. Okay, well then we got to find what the problem is and change it up. So I would just definitely, I probably have messaged 250 people in the last 3 days. I'm just going to be real, 250. And I've got 3 people that are big-time potentials and their phone number that I get to call today and tomorrow. I'm calling one at 10:30 tonight because of the time difference. But you know what? I'm going to do what it takes because it's time. And I've got to step it up because what I'm doing is not working and I'm not getting any more points. I'm just hovering. So I'm stepping it up and stepping it out, and that's what it's going to take. And our teams are not going to do it unless they see us do it. So, now's the time. We got to show it. Show up and show out and bring them with us because y'all can do it. Y'all know how to do it. I have no doubt that you will do it and that you are doing it. So, bring it. It'll be worth it.
Anybody else worried about getting the leaders retreat? Not only is my ambassadors down, but like none of my customers are ordering. None of them are answering me back. I'm like you. I bet I've messaged 250 people, and I've really been pushing just to get them on the products. Mm-hmm. I only have $250 in PV this month. I'm like, if I can't get my PV up, there is no way I'm going to get to Leaders Retreat because we're not adding people. Am I the only one that's worried about this?
Well, I've got the PV. I just don't have the ambassadors. I've got a little over, I'm almost 700 PV a month, but golly, just getting people out. I've added one ambassador, and one of my level 3s has added an ambassador, so he's added 2 to our team this month. I'm like, on at this rate, there's no way I'm going to get Leaders Retreat. I just keep thinking, Holly did it last year, I can do it this year. Holly did it last year, I can do it this year. That's been my mindset.
Yeah, and I didn't tear it up last year either because it's summer and it's slow, but I made it, and you can do it. You've just got to keep pushing. Whatever is not working, you got to do more. That's real. And I can say that to you because you're my leaders. But whatever it takes, just make it happen. If you're not, if you need to do more personal messages, then step back from your team and do personal messages and you gain the new people. Don't wait on the ones that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Just take charge and go after it. Do some voice messages. Get yourself some training. Get your head right. Get your head in the game. Because even though I've messaged 250 people in 3 days because I haven't been doing that significant amount of messaging, I may not see rewards from those 250 messages until 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months down the road when I should have been messaging that heavily the whole time. So it's a numbers game. The one who messages the most gets the most activity. It really is. That's what everybody's been sharing with me lately, and it has become the truth. And so it's just, we're going to get out of it what we put into it. And right now, if you can meet with people and get them to events and get them to meetings, get them on 3-ways, get them on 3-way messages, show them exactly what to send to people, even if they sign up wholesale, to get their products covered or paid for. If they have no intention to sell, at least show them how to make their money back. So it's just going to take being, aggressive and making it happen. And as leaders, I have no doubt that you will. I don't doubt you at all. I'm preaching to the choir here.
Okay, I have another question. Does anybody know how to do on the call last night, Bridget Ryan's call? She was talking about using Instagram and the hashtags and goodness, baby, messaging people. Do y'all know what she's talking about and how to do all that?
She's talking about when somebody follows you on Instagram, she's immediately going and sending them a private message through Instagram. Are you on Instagram, Kara?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever used the messenger portion of Instagram?
No.
Okay. If you look in the top right corner of like this, the main, not your profile page, but the main page, you'll see a little icon in the top right corner that will take you to your messages. And you can message people from there. I use Instagram a good bit just through my monogramming business, but I've gotten several customers and a couple of ambassadors through Instagram who did not know me. They just saw me posting through my business page. So I'd say Instagram can be a great tool. Now, I know for her, it's all personal stuff, but like for me, it's all business stuff.
How do you get new followers through Instagram?
Well, you just start following. When you set up an account, it should give you a list of all of your Facebook friends. Instagram is owned by Facebook. So it should give you a list of all your Facebook friends. So I would make sure you friend everybody that is on your Facebook account. It'll come up and it'll just give you the big long list of everybody that's on there. So friend everybody and then start using hashtags, which, you know, I know with Facebook we use them, but we don't utilize them a lot. Instagram utilizes hashtags a ton. I mean, that's how people find you, is through your hashtags. So, but it's got to be something that is used a lot. You know, like I'll either do like hashtag Etsy or hashtag monogram, something that is going to be used a lot, so people will just type it in, hashtag monogram, and they'll see everything, every picture that comes up that has that hashtag on it. So, and like whatever Bridget is using is getting a lot of traffic, but a lot of people are seeing that hashtag or using that hashtag. So that's how she's getting traffic.
Okay. I got you. Thank you for that explanation.
No problem.
All right, guys. Anything else that we need or y'all need or I can help you or do, or are y'all okay? How's your heads? I know y'all aren't used to going backward. Y'all are used to jumping in leaps and bounds, and y'all aren't used to sitting still, and it can be frustrating. But like I said, you know, it's other people are doing the same, and you know, we just got to push through. I knew it was coming. I experienced it last year, but you guys aren't really used to it, so it can be a little bit devastating. We'll just keep going, keep pushing up those private messages and start adding, you know, your level ones. We're almost here for July. Get those 3 fast, get them commission qualified, get their 3. Just think about it. If you add 3 and then they all add 3, I mean, that's definitely more than you've added this month. So go for it. Go big or go home, right? All right. Well, I'm praying for y'all. I've been in the prayer closet today praying for your teams, and I'm proud of you. I love you guys, and keep going after it because I know that you can do this, and it's going to be so worth it. I can't wait to see where we're all at it by Christmas time. I love you guys.
Thanks, Holly.
Bye.